Hey guys, good evening. Want to talk to you tonight. My title of my video tonight is going to be Don't Be Afraid of the Sander. Don't be afraid of the sander. So I'll have to admit, my passion is wood. I love working with wood. Yes, I do enjoy the Army. I love the Army, the aviation work that I do there, but the reality is my passion, my hobby, what I really love working with is wood. So tonight I'm going to talk a lot about wood, try to help relate that into us as human beings and how we work and how we need to learn to progress to be better people. So wood always starts out pretty rough, just like this piece here. These two actually were cut from the same plank. This is a piece of black walnut. And tonight I'm going to talk about don't be afraid of the sander. So how do we get this piece of wood to start looking like this? Nice and smooth, workable, very beautiful piece. Well guys, sometimes we have to take it, we got to take the chisel, just like this right here. We got to take a chisel and we got to start hacking out the bark, taking off all this bad stuff. The bark that's dried out could possibly rot, to where then we can get to the core, get to the bottom of the beautiful part in here. Then once we get done with that, is we start with the sander. This is rough sanding. This is probably, I believe this is like a 36 grit. If you know much of sandpaper, that's really rough sandpaper. And from there, we go all the way till it's really nice and smooth to about 220 grit piece of sandpaper. But we have to start and we have to work it. We have to keep going over it and then get a little finer and keep going over it. And it takes time and it takes a process. And guys, what do I mean by this within our daily lives? Guys, our superiors, our mentors that work with us, our NCOs that work with us each and every day, they are the guys that are there to help us. They're the guys that are, if you would want to say, they're our sandpaper. Guys, sometimes the sandpaper hurts. Just like this chisel, every time I push this chisel into that wood, it's gonna hurt a little bit. And if you would look at it as our human lives. Sometimes if you would look at it is going through basic training was kind of like those drill sergeants taking the chisel and knocking all that civilian life off of us to get us molded into the soldier and to protrude out the good soldier that they want us to be. Sometimes you have to start with the chisel to get down. And then every time that drill sergeant chewed us out, or we get to our new unit, that NCO, hey, we messed up a little bit, or we're not doing the right thing. What are they doing? They're sanding down. They keep sanding us down. And it's a process. But guys, hey, even though sometimes we may have bad upbringing, just like this piece of wood, it's got a big old notch in it right here. Boy, I love little notches like this. Why? Hey, it may look something ugly, but you know what? We're gonna turn it into something good. This is what I'm gonna do with this little, my wife. This is gonna be a coffee bar for my wife, a little shelf on the wall, and we're gonna take her favorite color. Found some blue glass, and we're gonna take some blue glass, and we're gonna put it right in the middle. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna show that we're not afraid to take what may be a bad notch in it, or something that may have been ugly, and we're gonna make it beautiful. Guys, just like in our daily lives, sometimes we may have a bad notch, something bad happened in our lives, and that's hard to get over it. Some people may not understand what we're talking about. I personally don't have those big experiences, but I do know friends that had a bad upbringing. Guys, it's just like in this piece of wood right here, this big ugly notch. But you know what? Learn from it, guys. Don't be afraid of the sandpaper. Sandpaper is going to help us. It's going to expose some of that bad area. But you know what? We can take some good from that bad and we can sprinkle it in along that, and it can make it a whole lot better. So guys, also tonight, here's a good little point for mentors. Mentors, guys, also remember when we're working with wood, when I work with wood, I can't stay focused in one area. If I just kept focused on one spot, it's going to leave. It could possibly mar up the wood real bad and ugly. But we miss the whole point. Sometimes we have to take it small. We have to take it slow. So guys, as you mentor NCOs, this video could pertain to you as well. NCOs, as you have a soldier coming up into the ranks, guys, also remember, as an NCO, take your time. You can't rush turning a rough piece of wood into an ugly piece of wood. I apologize, I messed that up. You can't take a rough piece of wood and just sand in one area and expect it to come out good. You have to go over the whole piece evenly, constantly and evenly. Those of you that have worked with wood, you guys know what I'm talking about. Guys, also, hey, we can relate this in our civilian life. If I have civilians that happen to watch this video, guys, also understand this. If you're looking for a mentor, look for a mentor that understands taking the time with it. They can rush things. There's times when we need to rush things. There's times when we've got to get that chisel out and we've just got to knock it and get it out of the way real fast and in a hurry. But too fast on a chisel or too deep on a chisel can leave a lasting mark. So sometimes we have to go in, take a little with the chisel, then go with the sandpaper, take our time, go evenly over that. That's the same with our lives. We can have our self-discipline. Self-discipline is, we could hack in one area. Guys, it's just like, I could do push-ups all day long. But you know what? Push-ups are good, but what's that do for my run? We have to be evenly spaced through all of our training, whether it's religiously, whether it's physically, mentally. Guys, we have to stay focused. Mentors, don't get focused all in one area. Remember, spread it out. Be even about what we're trying to help our soldiers with. And in the civilian world, guys, same thing goes for you guys. Guys, if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe. But also remember one other thing about wood. Guys, there's all different kinds of wood. That same thing with us. All of us individually have our different lives. We all are individuals. We all grew up differently. This is a piece of black walnut. This right here is a couple pieces of hackberry I'm gonna make into a dining room table. I've got a piece of bird's eye pecan. And you know what? Sometimes the pecan was a little bit more harder wood than this black walnut. So you gotta learn, as mentors, you gotta understand some people are gonna be able to withstand that sanding a lot more and a lot harder than if somebody a little bit more gentle. So you gotta take that into account as well. And guys, for our self-discipline, remember, we can maybe take some of this marred up life that we may have had, take a big ugly notch, all like here, and we can take it, sprinkle in, find the good in it, sprinkle in something that's good we find out of it, or just something new, and we can shine and say, hey, we're gonna learn, we're gonna grow from that. All right, guys, that's all I got for tonight. Like, share, subscribe. Would love to hear from you guys. Let me know how I'm doing. If you guys would like to hear me talk about something specific, would love to hear from you guys. And please share this along. Would love to see a lot of people go and move forward with this. All right, have a good night. Thanks. Be positive, stay positive, keep pushing forward. Peace out.